MSC, as you've heard a lot about over the past couple of days, MSC is fortunate to be recognized through state statute and municipal policy to have a seat at the table to really truly discuss and get involved with the outcome of student issues. Throughout the past couple of days while we've been here, there have been several workshops, meetings, and discussions where the current leadership team and the incoming leadership team have worked together and have been provided the opportunity to really understand what the issues are, how to get involved, how to make a difference, and most importantly, how to work together to make things happen. Whether you're an incoming member, an outgoing member, or like the Energizer Bunny, the still going member, it takes teamwork to get the job done. Because we are an association that changes student leadership on a regular basis, proper transition leadership is very important. More importantly, it takes a special group to keep the momentum going and work together with us as leaders to ensure that we're as effective as we can be in the overall mission. And that's our MSCSA staff. I'm about to get to the book here in just a moment, but the Cabinet and Fiscal Committee and the Governing Council have been keeping a little secret. So many times our staff are not recognized for their work publicly, so we decided that tonight was also their night to shine. I have the honor of being the first and happy to recognize your Executive Director as one of my taking partners, Mr. Justin Klander. I got the book. On several occasions during the past couple of years working with Justin, I have heard praise and recognition for his work from several different people. This comes from his chancellor and staff, trustees, college presidents, advisors, lawmakers, and students alike. And this is a lot in and of itself. Theodore Roosevelt once said, the best executive is one who has sense enough to pick good men to do what he wants done, and self-restraint enough to keep from meddling with them while they do it. As the executive director, Justin has picked good people to do what he wants done, with the exception of one person who was here before he started and he's just kind of stuck with, but also that I know they want to keep it around.
Love you, Jess.
Now I lost where I was at. At the time that Justin was hired, we knew that there was a lot of work to be done, and we had high expectations for Justin. But the first matter of business for him to undertake was to recruit, develop, and retain a good, strong leadership and a good, strong team of staff members to work with. Now that Justin has accomplished that, he's excited to expand his horizon and finally move into the next phase of the 5-year plan that he talked about when he was first hired. Just keep in mind for me one thing, Justin, that you're only halfway there, and we don't want you to become like Sid in Adam Sandler's movie Big Daddy and then flipping burgers at Hooters as part of your 5-year plan. As I think back to my previous work experience, I oftentimes wonder what I might be like today if I had the wisdom, experience, and the passion that Justin already has at such a young age. At his age, I was in an upper level management and supervisory role, but to me it was just a job that had to be done. Although I was a hard worker, the shadow that overwhelmed the organization that I worked for was not that of a team effort on most days, but that of single workers working together to get a job done. But there's a big difference between everybody getting the job done and teamwork that comes in getting it done the way Justin brings to the association and his team. It was not a job that I had that kept most people happy, but they needed a paycheck, and I get that now. I just wish I knew it back then that when I was working with them, it was just about the paycheck and just about getting things done. Justin and the staff that we have, really truly, it is about the paycheck, but that's not what they care about. I can honestly say that they have a lot of passion and dedication for the work that they do. Looking back at my previous experience and comparing it to the office staff that Justin supervises, there were some other obvious differences, but mainly the characteristic differences between what Justin currently has and what I previously had is what stands out in my mind. To quote Ralph Waldo Emerson, every great institution is the lengthened shadow of a single man. His character determines the character of the organization. This is true of both Justin and his predecessor, Brent Glass, because both of them have shown over the past decade that they have a true passion and a true character for leading this association. I'm so glad that I grew up to be the man that I am today. a man that finally resembles what Justin already is, and a man that I admire.
Suck some tears in, buddy.
I know that Justin is just as proud as I am as how far we have come over the past couple of years working together. I can't easily put into words how much Justin has influenced the person that I have become, or who will become as I continue down life's path to success. But it has definitely meant a lot to me. Justin, to say thank you from the association for the passion, dedication, and persistent work that you do day after day, and for everything that you have done for me personally. It's my privilege and honor to present you with a token of our appreciation, which reads, the Minnesota State College Student Association proudly recognizes Justin Klander with appreciation for his outstanding service as the Executive Director of the Minnesota State College Student Association. Mr. Klander.
They didn't allow me to know what was going on. I can see why, but it's certainly been a privilege. I'm going to try to keep my remarks really brief right now because there's a lot of that could probably able to get through a lot of them too. Because when you're able to work with people like Scott, Jordan, and the others, cabinet members for 2 years, you really get to know them at a very personal level, and you really get to know the person they'll love. And it's been just a real privilege to come back. Not only work with them, but work with the association over the last almost 3 years now. It's been a lot of fun, and I'll have to say though that there's been a lot of people that have been part of it. You talked about some of the staff members that contribute to it, and I had my review today, and I went well. So I'll be around for a little bit too, but I had to give a lot of credit to the staff because we have some really amazing people that work for the association and care a lot about it, and just bring some really valuable skills and experiences to it. So it's been really a privilege for that, and we certainly wouldn't be where we're at with all development too. But when reflecting on some of the cabinet members, it's so amazing the four of you, and each of you are so unique, but have such dedication in your own way, and have such a unique story. I mean, Roxanne, our treasurer, and the work that she's done, just as student advocate, but also just on a personal level too, the dedication you have in the healthcare and working yourself through school. It's really, it's an amazing schedule that you keep up and that you do day after day to make things meet, to work through, and it's wonderful what you do there. And Jacob, coming in as our president, has such a passion and has a similar background to me, coming from the range, and sometimes we're known as a little bit outspoken people. And I like that. I think I speak from the heart a little bit too much, but he's a wonderful leader, and I'm excited to work with him next year. And Jordan, I mean, just a really talented individual that can pull something together, such as his. Well, I have to say this: you did a few updates from the Capitol this year, and I think that broadcasting might be in your near future. But really has thrown on a lot of creative ideas and looking at law school and other things, which is very accomplished and driven, and it will definitely succeed. I know as the rest of you do. And Scott, it's been a real privilege to work with you. And I've said this a number of times. You have an amazing story, Scott. You really do. And I'm certainly proud to be able to work with you. And I respect and admire you a lot too. So thank you very much.